All right, welcome everyone. You may be watching me in our Facebook group or YouTube channel, Business Analyst in Demand, Business Analyst and Scrum Master in Demand. So the goal and the objective of this session today, this is a live session, is to talk to you about ChatGPT. I know ChatGPT is all over the news. It's disrupting lots of different industries, and I want to see and actually explore with you guys how you can use it to your advantage, right? So I've created a few slides. We'll go through a project scenario together. I tested this a little bit, but I haven't done the end-to-end, so we'll do the end-to-end today here together. We may want to break this up, right? Today, we may want to focus on the business analyst role, and the next session that we do together, I may want to do a Scrum Master, and just to kind of give you guys the context and how you may be able to use this. So as I've mentioned before, ChatGPT is an AI-based tool. It's was released about 6 months ago, and it is proven to be very successful in various domains. And while I think that this tool cannot replace business analysts and Scrum Master roles, it definitely can be useful and used as another toolkit in your toolbox to use when you guys are working on and implementing these projects. So with that said, let me get started. Let me share my screen. I've created a few slides, and then we'll do a live demo of ChatGPT, and I can show you the various ways that you can use this tool. As I said before, based on my experience, I don't think that this tool can replace the role of a business analyst. It can definitely help make your lives a lot easier. So let me share my screen and get started. If you have any questions during this presentation or during this live session, let me know in the comments. If you are not watching me live and you watch this as a replay, let me know that you watch this as a replay, and then also leave comments. I will go back and answer any questions you guys may have. Okay, so with that said, let me get started. All right, so this is the slides that I've put together. Let me present these to you. All right, so ChatGPT, right, for business analysts and Scrum Master roles, what is it, right? What is this tool that has disrupted a lot of organizations, a lot of roles? We're seeing lots of layoffs as well. So I can't entirely say that it's because of ChatGPT, but there are many areas where ChatGPT is proven to be a lot more successful than others. So what is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is the large language model. It can understand and generate human-like text using OpenAI's latest GPT. Made more popular by its chat-based interface, ChatGPT uses AI, which is artificial intelligence and machine learning, to produce responses to prompts. The model is trained on vast amounts of data from books, articles, websites, and other sources. It uses these data to analyze your input and produce an output. It continuously learns and improves based on prompts and feedback from users. So one thing to keep in mind and to consider is that because the data that it produces is from vast amounts of data from many different sources, it is quite possible that anything that you do a search for today and a month later, the results may look different, right? So generally, if your results that you're getting may not be the same based on when you're doing the search, right? So that because what it does is it takes large, vast amounts of data. Think about Google. Anytime you Google some topic, right, you have 10 search results or 20 or 30 search results. What this is doing is consolidating all of that content and all of that into one response that you're getting. And based on when you're doing these searches, not timing wise, not for example, it's not going to be different if you do the search at 9 a.m. versus 9 p.m. in the same day, but the search results may look different if you do a search today, which is June 4th, and at the end of June, because what it's doing in the back end is consolidating. It continues to consolidate and refine its results. So therefore, your results may look different from time to time. Okay, so who's impacted by ChatGPT, what industries are impacted, and how does it impact our roles as a business analyst and Scrum Master, who's impacted generally. I'm seeing lots of marketing teams, lots of companies or roles that require proposal writing or grant writing may be impacted. Lots of marketing companies that create content like email campaigns or social media campaigns. We're seeing lots of TikTok videos and lots of YouTube videos on how you can use ChatGPT to make your day-to-day life easier. Lots of people are using them as virtual assistants. So there's so many ways that you can use ChatGPT. Lots of developers are using this AI-based tool to do other things such as create descriptions for YouTube videos. So there's a whole slew of things that you can use ChatGPT for. It's predicted that ChatGPT will make the most amount of millionaires if you can have an idea or a concept and use ChatGPT as the back end where it produces content. Is going to be something that we are all, at least for me, I am very curious to find out about. So how does it impact business analysts and Scrum Master roles? I think that it makes everybody's lives a lot easier. So does it impact business analysts and Scrum Master roles? I would say, so I will go ahead and say, yes, it does impact your roles, but it's not to replace your roles. It's only going to enhance your output. Okay. So with that said, I wanted to see if we can go through a live project scenario and I can teach you and show you how you can utilize ChatGPT to make your lives a lot easier, or how you can utilize a tool like this to enhance your output. Okay, so the first I wanted to talk about a scenario. This I have not tested, so we're going to do this live. Fingers crossed that it works out, and if it doesn't, then we'll pick another project scenario and move with it. I wanted to pick something in healthcare because lots of you guys want to do case studies or things in the healthcare domain, so I figure it may be a scenario that may fit well. So here's a project scenario. A mental health organization seeks to find and implement an electronic health record system for a mid-sized organization. So that is the project or the project scenario that we're going to work with. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come out of edit mode and we are going to work through this together. I'll make this a little bit bigger for you guys. Hold on. Where is my Zoom? Don't want that big. Zoom out. Okay. Okay, so as I said, our project scenario is we're going to be working on, why is this not working for me, you guys? Hang on. Okay, and Control-Alt+. Okay, it makes it too big. Okay, I don't think I can customize it. It's okay. So here is our project scenario. Mental health organization seeks to find and implement an electronic health record system for mid-sized organizations. Generally, the artifacts that we have in the BA domain are okay. Generally, the artifacts that you are responsible for as a business analyst are, generally a project charter, BRD, FRD, SSD, test scripts, test cases, manage and prep UAT. But even before you do some of this stuff, you may need to do some sort of market research. Right. So here is ChatGPT. The link here is, or the website is chat.openai.com. It is a free tool, you guys. So please, you can utilize this and check it out on your own. I advise all of you guys to have an account with ChatGPT and test out different scenarios. And the more and more you use it, the more and more it becomes easier to use and you can figure out how it works. So when you come here, there is a paid option with ChatGPT, but the free one works just as great. So you create an email address, password, and let's log in. Okay, so as I said, ChatGPT is a text-based tool, so it's not going to give you any images or pretty graphics or anything, oftentimes things that we need to use in our documentation, but it is a text-based tool, which means that you have to ask questions for it to respond to you. So I'm going to take my project scenario, and I'm just going to say, just put that in and see what it gives back to me. So I would say looking to implement mental health. Let's see if I can make this bigger for you. Okay, cool. Let's make this bigger. Looking to implement mental health mental health. Okay, hold on. I'm going to reword this. Looking to implement electronic health record system for a health organization of midsize. Okay, let's just see what it gives back to me. So after you ask for a prompt, it will give you the result here, right? So you can start to see that it's generating results for you, right? And it, again, what I want to make sure that you walk away from here is that ChatGPT is looking at lots of information and it's consolidating information for you, which means that you're not going to copy and paste everything. You're going to read it and look at what makes sense for you, and then use that to your advantage. Now, there are many areas where things that they respond may be really, really high level and not effective at all. With that said, take what it gives you. For me, I see this as a marketing tool, as a market research tool, because before we had this tool, generally, if I was working on this project, I would spend days and days and days on market research to understand, what are some of the mental health organizations and what type of electronic health record systems do they use, right? So for me, as feedback, this makes my life a lot easier because it gives me a lot of the information that I need, okay? So implementing electronic health record system for a mid-sized mental health organization can greatly improve efficiency, data management, and patient care. Here's general guide to help you through the implementation process. So here they're telling us how to implement the project versus what I was really looking for, which is, and actually I didn't really give them a good prompt. So maybe that's why my response wasn't good. So maybe we can say electronic health record most common electronic health record systems used for mental health patients. Okay, let's see what it comes up with now. Okay, so here now it's starting to go through and list some of the most common mental health EHR systems that are out there, right? It's giving me 5, and it's let's see what it says. It says there are several electronic health record systems commonly used for mental health patients. While the choice of EHR can vary based on specific need and the preference of the organizations, here are a few popular EHR systems known for mental health features. This is Epic. Epic is one of the largest EHR vendors that offers comprehensive solutions for various healthcare specialties. Cerner is another big one. NextGen Healthcare, NetSmart, and Meditech, right? These are some of the most commonly used healthcare electronic health record systems that are used for mental health. They're pretty big, and they also do have a component for mental health. I was very specific in my scenario just to give you an idea, but look at how instead of spending days and days worth of research, you are within 30 seconds, now know what are the top 5 mental health, electronic health record systems that are there, right? Now, if you want to go back, let me exit out of this full screen. Now let's go back, right? So here's our project scenario. Here's what typically business analysts do. Now I'm going to make this super easy, right? Market research. And what I'm going to do is just take this and copy and paste it. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to plagiarize. I'm not going to say that you're going to take everything, but what it does is it gives you a lot of the content that you need to go back and supplement this information with your own word or work that you're going to be putting through. Okay. So the next slide I'm going to talk about is benefits of EHR, right? Generally, so where would this be used? So in a project charter, and BRD/FRD, there's a section that you need to put together called project overall project objective or project summary, right? So you have generally when you're writing your project charter, BRD or FRD, you generally need to talk about, you know, overall goal and objective of the project. So let's see what this will say. Mental health EHR. So let's see what it comes up with. Now it's going through and listing all the benefits that you can see with an EHR, mental health EHR. Like, what are the benefits of implementing this? So this is a good understanding and it gives you a lot of information that you can use in your documentation. So it says overall goal and objective of implementing electronic health record system for mental health is to improve quality of care for patients, enhance operational efficiency, and support better outcomes in mental health treatment. Here are some specific goals and objectives of mental health EHR. Streamline and centralize patient information, improve care coordination and communication, enhance documentation and clinical decision-making, increase patient engagement and self-management, improve medical management and safety, support outcome measurement and data analysis, ensure data security and privacy. Overall, the primary goal of mental health EHR is to enhance the delivery of mental health services by promoting efficient workflows, facilitating effective communication, improving care coordination. So again, this is all the type of information that you generally need to put into your summary or the objective area for your documentation. As I said, you're not going to copy and paste a lot of this, but you may use it to supplement what you were already putting together and what you need to put together. Okay. Now, based on this, the next types of artifacts that you need to do. So market research we covered, right? Project charter, BRD, FRD objectives that you need can also come from ChatGPT. Now, the content of your functional requirements, right? That becomes a little bit tricky, right? Because all organizations have their own needs, right? So one mental health organization's needs may differ from another mental health organization, right? So what we can use this for is you are most definitely still going to interview your stakeholders. You are most definitely still going to work with your product owner if you're in the Agile environment. And you are most definitely still going to do all the things that you do as a business analyst and a Scrum Master on your projects. But this tool will give you a lot of research based on many different sources to give you a head start. So here's another thing that you can search for. What are the most common functionalities found in mental? And again, you guys, I just picked this scenario out of a hat. You can, substitute the project scenario based on what it is you're working on and see how it goes. What are the most common functionalities found in mental health EHR systems? Okay, so let's see. Okay, so it's given us 10, right? Clinical documentation, treatment planning, medication management, scheduling and appointment management, outcome measurement assessment tools, care coordination and collaboration, billing and revenue cycle management, telehealth and remote care, reporting and analytics, data security and privacy. So these are 10 areas that you generally, even if you come from a non-healthcare background, when you are going to be meeting with your stakeholders, these are some of the prompts that you may use. Hey, so from a clinical documentation standpoint, what are your expectations? So not that you would take this and put this into your documentation from a functional requirement standpoint, but you can use these as questions that you could ask your stakeholders to say, hey, from a clinical documentation standpoint, what are your requirements? What are you looking to do? Do you need progress notes? Do we need aftercare summaries? What are the treatment plans? How are the treatment plans? How do we want to create treatment plans for patients? When are they created? Are they created with the doctor? Are they created after we see the patient? So again, I'll stick to my story, which is this is a great tool. It will give you a lot of information. It will give you a head start before you meet with your stakeholders. It will give you a lot of information that you would have had to spend a lot of time doing market research on. It is a great tool for you to use. It will not replace your job because you still need to do documentation for the needs of your stakeholders and your customers. Okay, so I just showed you this can be used. What are the most common functionalities? I'll actually copy these questions that I've put in here for you guys to use when you are questions to ask ChatGPT or be a Scrum Master. Okay, so this will help you prep for your interviews. Right? Oops. This one before overall goal and objective. This is going to help you summarize your project. Goal. Okay. And then what was the other one? Most common. Okay, so this one is market research. Okay, so now that we understand the most common functionalities, these are things that you're going to be talking to your stakeholders about and get detailed requirements on. There are other areas that you can use ChatGPT for. We talked about BRD, FRD. You can also see if it can try to create test scripts for you. So let me see. This may get a little tricky, but let's see. Use case for clinical documentation and EHR tool system. Okay, so it doesn't give me what I was looking for. So maybe the end conclusion is, and I still think it's a great tool, is to help you do market research, help you write some of your overall goals and objectives. And if you can figure out, and then the typical functionalities, common functionalities used in an EHR, it helps you come up with, from what you're seeing here, questions that you can ask our stakeholders, right? And this applies to our Scrum Masters, it applies to our business analysts, because generally, even when you're working as a Scrum Master, you still need to do backlog grooming, and you still need to meet with your stakeholders to understand and gather those requirements. And these areas that they're listing here are a great way for you to understand and see what else you need to implement or talk to your stakeholders about. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I wanted to go through and show you guys what ChatGPT looked like. I wanted to give you some scenarios that you can use for ChatGPT and in your day-to-day roles. It is not a tool that is meant, or I don't think it's a tool that's meant to replace any jobs. Honestly, I think it's a tool used to enhance your output today. As I said before, a tool like this, we would spend days and days doing market research on functionality, pricing. I mean, I think you can maybe even ask, what comparative pricing between the different tools that are out there. So what I see ChatGPT is for market research and giving you a head start on a scenario. So like I said, you may not even be in the healthcare industry. Some of the things that they listed as the functionality that gives you a head start to talk to your stakeholders and have meaningful conversations, whereas you may not have done before. So I highly, highly recommend that you create an account, that you use ChatGPT, not to replace what you're doing, but to enhance your output that you are able to generate as a business analyst and a Scrum Master. The areas that I could see using this if I were a Scrum Master is, detailed functionality. So maybe helping you create a product backlog, right? Again, your product backlog comes from the team, your product owner, stakeholders. But again, this is something that you can use as a starting point, right? Not to copy and paste everything, but use it as a starting point to see how further you can take it and enhance your output. All right, I will pause there for any questions you guys may have. And if there are no questions, there is no session next weekend. I am traveling. And then there is an interview with an industry expert. He's in the development arena, and I'll just interview him and see if he can shed some light if you guys are interested in continuing in development roles versus business analyst, Scrum Master, or PMs. So let me know. I'll wait another 30 seconds for comments. And if there are no comments, I hope you guys found this topic helpful. Let me know again in comments if there are any other topics. We got a huge list from you guys on topic categories. So I am selecting from that list to plan for upcoming training sessions. Keep your comments coming. We do see them, we do look at them, and we do plan our things around them. So a question is, can I use ChatGPT for Jira? You cannot, I don't understand, how would you use ChatGPT for Jira? Jira is a tool that tracks your user stories, tracks your sprints, tracks your output for your development team. So I'm not sure how you can use ChatGPT for Jira. Let me know if you can clarify your question. I'll wait for you. Okay, like writing user stories. Okay, if you are gonna try to write a user story, let's see if we can figure that out. So let's say if I wanted to write a user story for logging in, user story for logging into mental health EHR. Okay. While this is trying to pull this up, I would say that each system will work differently. So we saw that they gave us a list of 5 most commonly used tools, right? So they gave us, when we said, what are the most commonly used or popular tools, they gave us a list of 5. Out of these 5, all of these 5 will have different ways of logging in, right? Not, the generic maybe username and password, but, it needs to be integrated with your organization systems, maybe single sign-on, right? So while this could give you a good start, so let's see what they came up with. I honestly feel that it's not something that is going to replace, your user stories and functional requirements, because remember, each organization is different, each domain is different, right? Every organization operates a little differently. So while this may give you a head start, you still do need to do your due diligence, talk to your stakeholders, talk to your product owners, talk to your dev teams, and make sure that what you're writing in your user stories and requirements makes sense for your project and your organization. Okay, so with that said, let's see what this says. It says, as a mental health professional, I want to be able to log into electronic health record systems easily and securely so that I can access and manage patient information. User story is, as a mental health professional, I want to log into mental health EHR so that I can access patient information securely and efficiently. The acceptance criteria is the EHR system should have a login page with fields entering username and password. So again, if your organization decides to use this as a single sign-on, right, then you may not need to put in your username or password, right? The login process should require valid credentials to ensure security, secure access. The system should validate entered credentials. The login page should include forgot password. The system should implement necessary security measures. The login process should be responsive and perform efficiently. Additional considerations. So again, they give you a lot of basic information that you would have, for any system, right? This kind of can apply to your online banking as well. This kind of can apply to EHR tools as well. This kind of can apply to any system that has a lot of secure data. So as I said before, this could be used as a guiding principle, but you definitely need to put your organization's specific information in your user stories and your requirements, right? This will not fly for your developers. This will not fly for your team because it doesn't have concrete information based on what your organization wants it to use. Okay, I hope you found this helpful. I think I have another question. I want to have a good understanding of Jira. Can you do a live session? Yeah, we can definitely plan a live session on Jira as well. Let me know, you guys, if there's any other questions on ChatGPT. And if I see more comments later after this session, I'll be happy to do a short video and post that as well. I think that's it for today, you guys. I hope you found this helpful. Again, I appreciate you for all the views and subscriptions that you guys give me. I am able to do this because of all the love and attention that you guys give to me and to my work. If I didn't get those amazing comments from you guys from time to time, I wouldn't know to keep going. So I definitely appreciate you and all that you do for me. I love reading your comments. Please keep them coming. Let me know what other topics I can help you with. And as always, I'm here to help and support you on your journey, whatever that may be. And with that said, I will see you guys not next week, but the week after. Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your weekend. I'll see you later. Bye.